Okay, so, hello guys, it's me Gaming Star here, and today I am back with another episode of the Greatest Attorney Adventures. Last time we had basically started off the adventure of Unspeakable story. We did part 1, because part 1 was taking a while, so why not go ahead and do part 2. So we're going to go ahead and start part 2 and 3. So we're going to do part 2 and 3 in the investigation, and possibly a bit of part 4, I'm not sure yet, but we're going to figure it out. So, let's go. We visited a pawnbroker in the last time. See, that's why I hate the grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Oh, really, Mrs. Strayed? Tell me, instead of her keeping you warm. What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, they did let me keep it after I looked at daggers at them long enough. He went to the buckets and he said, go on in. Have it before they're telling me to scrap it. Oh, it pays off giving people a look like you ate them. I kind of have a feeling that's going to get you into serious trouble one day. What I really want to do is that nice shiny disc mind. The music box disc? But Mr. Winnipeg said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna have another bash. Give him a long instead. I think not, Mr. Strayed. We should have Winniebanks again today. Why not? That's not fair! Can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winniebank. That disc is mine, and I had the ticket for the gold, and it was in the gold's pocket. And that should be something else and all. What the Rotten Golf said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's fine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Mrs. Strayed, I think it's time to admit defeat. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us at evening? Eh? Come on, Mario, come with me. You'd still be delighted. You love to cook, I'm sure. It might have entertained you about his violin recital. Nota. Oh. Why would I come around the other place, eh? What, have you lost your hand or something? And there she goes. Oh dear, she's gone. Hi, Mario. Having reliving with us, sir, my dad. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. For me, to set the place pledge, I guess I didn't table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad your company later too. Sorry? I believe I'll have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting. What is it? You shall have to wait to see, Miss Sato. Until then, later. So, we're gonna move on. Back to Sholmes' suite. Ah, Susie! Bruno! Come in, come in! Good afternoon, niece. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess. Look at those little eyes of hers shining. Oh dear, is it awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, it's wonderful news. Wow, Edie seems overjoyed by the idea. I can't wait to let some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh yes, that does sound like fun. I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate, are you, Miss Nadahoda? By the way, Edie's, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Really? Oh, yes, ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize. When he gets like that, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes. He really does. Mr. Sholmes and Edie have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yes, except Edie is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it. I wonder who her real parents are. What's the matter, Bruno? You have ever such a funny look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering, am I right? How did you? Oh, Bruno, I can read you like a book.
This girl's dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind. Alright, let's talk. Gina. So, by Ginny, you mean Mrs. Stray, the young woman from Miss Gilda case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after the trial I invited her back here, we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now as a bump in her in the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after down the back alleys. Interesting idea of a friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I developed. Oh. And there's so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Mrs. Trey keep the smoke grenade launcher you have? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him even now. Poor Hurley. I can't wait for Dayton to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm excited. I just hope she does actually come. Living with Sholmes. I'm sure you've been wondering, why is it I was living here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind that... Dad, and where are your real parents? My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Oh. Mommy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysteries cases together. She didn't mention that before. What about that case? He wrote them all up in his diaries in that metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes? Really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of the most taxing cases? Oh yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up and found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me it doesn't count my father. Then he told me when I found out the offer of those accounts was my father. So Edie's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Edie's father. I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he really wasn't my daddy, I mean. It must have done. Come here, Mario! I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you in such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can't just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes. Right. Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all these thrilling stories. Oh no, really hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, it all but just vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It's quite a shock for everyone. You can say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Edie? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well. Edie's his father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by name of John H. Wilson. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in the case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. That's right, a visiting professor of medicine of Imperial Yume University. And that man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Mr. Seto? Yes, perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Ah, my dear fellows, good to see you. Mr. Sholmes? Whatever did not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you most of the day. Goodness, really? Yes. Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? My violin? What are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that. Now, I have something more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Mr. Stowe. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilda's disc. Oh my! Then, what's it doing here? At times there's no doubt. Hold on. I think that I've had an undeniable term for detection. I may have even overdecked at Larnacy. Oh, that would be wonderful, exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant, and Runo could be our go-get-to lawyer if we ever get caught. Plus, Susie has such a beautiful handwriting, she could write all their menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened. I think. Alright, let's speak. The music box disc. What's this one about? It doesn't look like it's a different one. I don't understand. How did this come to your possession? This is a different one. This can't be the same one. This is different. I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And sort of uncompromised attitude, precisely why I always carry some of this. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend to times his holiness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will hear me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to the good detective confiscated disc. But that's a different disc! That's a different one! I'll be taking whatever it is and Ms. McGill is down to the yacht, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. If that police demands some evidence, my dear fellow, we must put the couplet. It's all yours, Inspector. But it's a different disc. The one had blood on it. This one doesn't. It doesn't have the sign on it. For previous months, I had the disc in the hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It's a different disc. It was precisely the moment I summoned one of my only friend into action. I pressed the disc into the bars, like this. That's amazing! The disc in all of milky proportions and the made image in caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitable for soft and making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of precise controlled solution. How extraordinary! Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. So you could literally make, it's kind of like, like the James Bond movies where you could actually make like a key. You can make a key out of like you can make a key, like a perfect duplicate of a key. The simple press in its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will and never go into high success nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. As well as curious in the matter, music would have shoot this disc when played. Magnus McGilded. Let's talk about him real quick. Magnus McGilded. Not even expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Gulka. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder of which he has so intimately involved was buried. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGill's innocence in the trial, the newspaper is still claiming that his remains in solved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Frice-fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. Still have no idea what really happened that night. This motherfucker. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. I don't believe it was. I don't believe it, honestly. Legit, I don't. It just felt wrong. It would appear the case is not yet closed. The music on the disc. What is it about? Or if it is music at all. Like what Morse code? So tell me then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of Music Box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Runo. Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. It was to produce the sound, yeah. And the little spots, the little dots are the little small probe discs plucked to different teeth with the comb as they rotate past it, making different notes. The first music box was invented to use a rotating cylinder with probe discs on it. Yeah. But over time, a new type of player was produced with using discs such as these. With the development, the popular music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and it can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. They are great for Europe now, manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we're not presented with an inimaginable problem. What do you mean? The type, specifically. As you may imagine, the construction of one phrase music box does not match the another. And we may have no way of knowing a music box a particular disc is designed to play. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. They don't work. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I'm presently engaged in acquiring all example of all music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one! That's hardly for you. Oh, it's taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant in my constitution. But surely all the different types of Europe will amount to a huge amount of volume of music boxes, won't it? All the music boxes. Yes, that's certainly true, in the worst case. I shall just have to ask to vacate the attic room. What?! Well, it's time I start getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long. Thank you, Edis. Oh, well, you may as well help you then. Of course, Cece. There's plenty to do. I think I should investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let us be less afraid Mr. Schultz never leave anything too precious with a pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winnebeck said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Edith's poem, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Schultz's latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in the storeroom, where his wares, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were in kiss as I was. Oh, yes! The idea of such a wonderful story lashing of Mr. Winnebeck's storeroom gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secured than the bank's vault. And what about Stradivarius, Hurley? Was it safe and secure? Well, there may be the occasional mix-up. Because a certain impostitious someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds exciting. Hounds of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Miss Susato's such a great fan of all the stories Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Bruno, the Hound of Baskervilles, has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's gonna be important. That's why he said he'd keep it safe until it was right time for the story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Windy Banks. And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? What is it, Mr. Schultz? It would appear our guest has arrived. Oh, hi. Miss Lestrade. How though? This was a bad idea. I knew I wouldn't let it come. I'm going. No, wait! Miss Lestrade! We've all been eagerly waiting your arrival. Haven't we, Edis? Oh, yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie! Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home. Don't stand in the door, my dear girl. Come along. What you say to the Mendes St. John? I won't take a no for an answer. Metal summit. Can't speak. Go. Oh hey, it's the. Oh hey, it's Y Hi. Hi. Meow. Little bitch. That evening, Edie's prepared all the meals even more delicious than usual. Mr. Shell's violent performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, who came to call her, taught us how to steal things from another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. Just learn how to steal shit. 9:34 p.m. Not a whole single console team. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Edie's cooking was truly divine, and I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Shell's violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruhodo-san, could I consult you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Susato-san? It's about the telegram I received. The one that arrived the first thing in the morning post. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? We have to start preparing at once? Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I should find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Good evening, friends. Ah, Edie's. Hello again. And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques. We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Wait, what? That's mine! Oh, why? How did you? I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh, yes, I forgot. It literally is a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer or what to live in a place like this. Yes, me too. Haha! It seems as though Edie's here still has some she'd like to talk about. I suppose. She probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Let's talk. The manuscript in the Hound of the Baskervilles. Edie's, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh, by the way, okay. I am so sorry if you can hear the plane, like, in the freaking mic. You know why that is? It's because I live, okay, like I said before, I live near an Air Force base. I live near an Air Force base. My neighborhood lives near a military base. And there are planes that come by every single day, right? Always. And like, this goddamn the planes are so, normally they're not this loud. I don't know what's happening lately, but these planes are so fucking loud. It's like, why are they so loud? So I'm sorry if you can hear it. If you can hear it, I'm so sorry. I don't know why the plane is so loud, but it is, okay? I'm so sorry about that. It just is. So I'm sorry. Have I made you feel awkward? I'm so sorry. Oh, no, not at all, Edie. Not at all. I don't know what the whole is really about, but it's all story you made up, isn't it? This manuscript or whatever you call it. It's not exactly a story made up. It's something I read in my daddy's diaries.
Daddies?
That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner.
Eh?
They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was surprised, as you are, though.
Daddy wrote all the details and every single one down you see in his diaries, so I studied them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then?
He had to go in an urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. So I never really met him.
Oh, right.
Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her.
Hound of the Baskervilles.
It is the Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it there's another tale inspired by your father's accounts. That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's a different somehow, from the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written and showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after you toiled it over for so long, Edis. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me.
Alright, then I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Edis, when the time is right.
And that's how the manuscript came with Mr. Winnebank, isn't it? Yes, Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe.
That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. I mean, what is he keeping secrets like that?
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must be a very good reason for it. I think so too.
You're lot that I do trust him for your own good. But I can't pull the wool over your eyes. Sholmes is lying to you, Edis. I bet my life on it.
What? Hurley's lying to me?
So I'll talk to Gina. Your parents, Sholmes, lie.
I realize that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did have.
Oh.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one's nothing with us from the minute we were born. Not even their mums. But we've all stick together. The older ones all got to the little ones and make sure they get by.
So that's why you're a pickpocket.
Nah, that means my life. I love it. I get the kick out of it every time I leave some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how I've all ordered to eat. I'm like a Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
Oh, Gina.
I do think about this sometimes. What to be like to have parents, I mean, I always thought they'd make everything right. But listening to what Edie just said, it sounds like having parents isn't always easy either.
Oh!
I mean, if you know you never had, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them.
It's true. I do want to see Daddy. So much.
Oh, it is. Sholmes lie.
Gina, what did you mean when you said you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Edie's?
Well, he reckons it popped the mantis script or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a lot of rubbish.
Oh my, why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. If that story was really an old Winnipeg storeroom, there is no way someone that half around the world and other words you could know about it. Sorry, Edis, but if you ask me, it's old. What they ever telling you?
But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Huh? Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, there are a lot of them. She just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling ya, that mantle script ain't that Windy Banks. You soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust them, I don't. That Sholmes a lie like the rest of them.
If I would be honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong for me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Edith.
Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night, then, Edith. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then.
Edith.
Sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still a child. Just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turned in the night to Naruto-san. Let's go to bed, boys. Dr. John H. Wilson, Edith's father. But also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yuma University. Can't be a mere coincidence, can it? There's something deeper going on. Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Mrs. Trader. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Edith's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home now. I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received some distant impression that she was looking forward to break fasting with Mrs. Sato. No, I don't believe that girl's gone home, but I've been waiting for her over an hour now. Over an hour! Oh, if you indulge me, look over the window, my dear fellow. What's it now? Wait a minute. Why is there a light at this time of the night? That's Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windybank's... Oh, no! It's simple. That story really was an old Windybank storeroom. There is no way someone have it on the water. In other words, you could have known about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, it's old. Without telling you. Could Gina have gone? I seem to have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Mr. Sato! Well, let's get going then. It's gonna be voice acting a little bit soon, but I'm gonna put the volume up a little in the actual in-game stuff. So, April 16th, 1:14 a.m., Baker Street. Door to Windybanks, it's open! And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Alright, let me go ahead and turn off the mic real quick, hold on. Because we're gonna have a bit of a cutscene soon. Soon we're gonna have a cutscene. There's no one here. Oh yes, there is. Oh! Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go! Right. Well, let me turn off the mic real quick. We're gonna do it soon. Blast! I've lost him. Hello? What do we have here? Ah! The alarm just raised from the pawnbroker, sir. Well, did you know something about it? Officer! Come with me! It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot! Shot? Yes. But the policeman close behind me ran back to Windybanks.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!
Well, alright, we're gonna start the third-party investigation, shall we? Hey, alright, let's go ahead and save. Boys, here we go. Investigation part 3. Bang. Let's start. Emperor Mr. Naruto. After them, go! Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry! Now, we're gonna start the third-party investigation. Up. It's Gina? From that moment, Windy Bank's pawnbroker became a crime scene. Everything had happened. This whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the primary investigation at the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodges at 22-1B. (6:21 a.m.) Oh, Iris! A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home. Oh, yes, we asked one of the policemen who sent it. It was simply impossible to come back. When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Bruno? Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard to not let herself get worried. I explain everything I know. Something awful has happened, hasn't it? Yes, I'm afraid so. Let's go ahead and talk. Events at Windy Banks. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Edie's, but Mr. Windybank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours in the morning. Oh, yes, I had a feeling. You did? Well, I saw the police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there. When we entered Mr. Windybank's small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street and I chased after them, but they got away. So I was one of them who shot old Mr. Windybank, I suppose. I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment. Oh, why not? They arrested someone else as a prime suspect, you see. Gina. Ginny? Why? Well, the thing is... No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that. I know. None of us think she did it. Then why have they arrested her? I'm so sorry. There's nothing I could do. Show him the situation. So where's Hurley then? Still investigate the scene? He really ought to have breakfast. It's not good to miss meals. I don't want you to worry, Edie's, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to hospital this morning. What? Well, when we entered Windy Banks, a gun was fired and he took a bullet. Hurley was shot? No. It's alright. His life isn't in danger. Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital? He's at St. Sinner's. Pretending to he sinner. Saying him there. I must see him at once. I'm sorry, Edie, but you can't. Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed. No, I mean nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to do an operation. To operate? Oh, poor Hurley. Injured Sholmes. It was 2 thugs who were in Mr. Windybank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when you disturbed him, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out in the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. Let them get away. I think that's a very good thing. Sorry? Well, I see which way they went and chased after them. You might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that. Oh, it is. Suicidal situation. Where's Susie, Bruno? She's still at the police station. Oh, why? I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while. Why aren't you there then? Well, they didn't get a look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mrs. Little stayed behind the scene to attend Mr. Sholmes. They didn't get started until later. Ah, I see. Besides,
One of us had to come back with fetus. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed for me leaving early.
You should have let me know when I've come to station.
Gina's arrest.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the two thugs at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No! I mean, Mr. Jones is dead, Edie's.
That's also horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Winnipeg was found on the floor in the storeroom with keeps of deposit articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside. I see.
But he wasn't alone in there.
Gina was found next line next to him. Oh no. And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards.
Don't tell me. There was no one else.
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well?
What can I say?
I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't.
I'm afraid I'll need to go out again, ladies. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least find out Mr. Jones and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how to feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone either. Alright then, Edie. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Jones is probably at the hospital.
And don't forget you have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct an investigation.
I can see you're ready for action. I imagine you would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later.
So,
let's go to St. Sinners. The hospital where Mr. Jones was taken having been shot.
Hurley! Oh.
He's not here. No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he would be a bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby and bullet wound wasn't that bad, so he's been sent home.
I'm not sure about that baby or not. There's no question if it was fairly serious injury Mr. Jones suffered.
Oh.
Hello? Hello? What do we have here?
This ward is off limits. No visiting. So what are you doing in here? Well, I have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Oh, we're begging your pardon then, ma'am, sir. A little lady and curious Eastern gentleman, mysterious solvers with a mysterious family, eh? If that's how you see it as, sure.
Where's he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe it currently in the operating theater, ma'am, undergoing extensive operation.
Extensive, as it's been several hours and went in.
Oh dear.
Is it going to be alright?
No, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. They're anesthetic, that
is. Oh!
I've heard a report that gentleman claims they had maybe a little too much drink last night. Coffee, that is! Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume it won't be back in it for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps you should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Alright, let's go to the prison. Let's go to Gina. Hello, Gina.
I still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
Bet you shouldn't put it on me all the time, no? What are you here for?
Ginny,
I have a feeling it's because of us ended up in trouble. So you're thinking that we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry. Yeah, get lost.
Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it.
You never should.
Anyway, I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull that other one.
Oh.
You ain't got the first idea the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw any chance, I sneak up in the pawn shop any day of the week. I see what you can lay my hands on and get it. That's the kind of person I am.
But Ginny.
I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some golf came in before they said they'd be a lawyer for me or like that, said it was my right or something. But I told them I get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one. She couldn't be staring at me anymore. Obviously, she tried.
Why are you being like this, Ginny?
Let's talk. Legal representation. again, Gina. Why did his brother defend her anyway? They wanted me to sign some papers, representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They pinned me on because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Why did you think that?
Because that's how it always been for me, growing up in the back slums, me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, you'll get your mates dragged up by the coppers, or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. I've been sold out and nearly snaffled in the back of it. You can't trust no one, and that's the point. Soon you do. You're going to grass, dead.
Gina, listen.
If you like in tomorrow's trial, I'd like to forget it.
Ginny! Don't you trust Runo?
Nah, I don't. Look, I ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone. What happened?
What did you tell us happened, Gina, last night at the pawnbrokers?
There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me as I broke the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me, you know. The rest.
But why, Ginny? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? That place is full of stuff I could sell a shilling or two. Having it ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half of the time you don't even get nothing.
Is that really why you broke into the place?
What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? Oh, give it a rest! What the big point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say could make a blind bit of difference.
Please tell us, Ginny. We believe you, whatever it is.
Believe me. Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies to them all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies. I have.
What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
Unforgivable lies. What do you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Bunch of tales, unforgivable lies you were told. Maybe we can help. Sorry. But I have to die. They're gonna question me now.
Ginny, please.
Oh, yeah. I wanted you to give this something to remember me by. A little picture of a white cat. A photograph of print? Oh, it's a really adorable cat. I thought I didn't want the pockets of the skull. I had no point in having it. Why was it there?
I wonder what little photograph like that was in the pocket of her coat.
Mr. McGill's. Anyway, don't bother to come in again. Bye.
Oh, Ginny.
The white cat photograph has been entered to the court record. We're gonna need that for later. So, let's get out of here. Since she's not gonna talk to us, let's go to the crime scene. Dizzy with April. Oh, look at that investigation. Look at this guy reading that book up right there.
That's where it happened then, last night.
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened.
There's no sign of disturbance. No, you're right about that, actually. In fact, if anyone, the police were seen to be the ones doing the ransacking. I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that! Hey, Gregsy! Oh, Inspector! Good morning. I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got a scene before I disturbed at least. Shame you let the two Rouges get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you assigned extra men to beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because you weren't police on duty.
Your ladyship! No, told me you were coming!
I expect you to take full responsibility of what happened to Hurley and seize the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. There were very best doctors in the capital attending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Reno's fault that the Rouges managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am, as you say. Hey, he changed attitude quick. Damn, that attitude just went like that. Bet you Black Arrow's total blame. Is everyone in agreement about that? Would you believe it? He's a completely different person with Edie's. Talk about a personality change.
Oh, where are me manners?
Are you thirsty, your ladyship?
Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice. Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregson? I have some my special herbal tea with me if you like some. You changed your personality, holy fuck! Ah, lovely. Ta very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. Man, he just went like, damn, son. Oh my god. Alright, let's talk. I love you, Grex. I'm investigating going to Spectre. Open to it, really. Very simple case, this. Some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge the driver who arrested last night. But Gina, you're going to charge her? That's right. We should be able to bring her before Judge the Bailey tomorrow. Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid. Ah, I see. You've already captured a pair of thugs who broke through here last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you? How could you? How? How could you possibly know that? I had a feeling, that's all. Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Edie's. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads in the beat. Ah, and Miss Lestrade is being held in prison? She should be. That's assuming she lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Alright, Mr. Sholmes, let's talk about him. How's he going? You can tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What was his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge information. Scott, your matters are strictly confidential. Well, I know he's been operating as sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know. I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all. Oh. The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He lost a fair bit of blood. Ooh, yeah, that's nasty. Ooh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, that's pretty nasty. It didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know? Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They gotta stop that bleeding. But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better. Oh, of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it. Really? How do you know? How do I know? Well, because, of course. Ah, yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. We better pray the doctor have a better grasp of what needed so we'll make well again. Oh dear, please don't die early. Man, you changed personality completely, just went, boy. I'll report your ladyship at the moment I hear he's out operating feeder. Her ladyship. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with the sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between your way to talk to me and Edie's. What the stand, sauce, Sonny? I'm a copper. We don't go into favoritism. But he's right. You do treat us differently. It's because of those Adventure Herlock Sholmes stories, that's why. Oh, I crop them up, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson. Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's. But I read an Inspector Edie's. I don't really remember, really. It was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson's the smartest in Scotland Yard, or so he put it. Oh, did I write that? Then you know what a line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled! Doubled, I tell you! Oh, that's amazing, actually. All because everyone in the yard reads them. They read all the Herlock Sholmes stories. They set him up in a fan club for me. Oh, you got a nice fan club, nice. Of course, that explains everything. It was around the time you became such a toady to me. Can you blame me? That I'll take it one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the greatest detective will say. He's quite overrated these days. Think of what happened to my salary if that came out of print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can tell you how many nights I've lost been worrying about it. But that would never happen, Grexy. Every month when the new Randstand magazine comes in my hands, I tremble as I turn the pages. Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some tea, settle your nerves. Ah, lovely. Ta very much. That really hit the spot. Oh, my ladyship. Teetotal. Oh, yeah, there's actually something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruto. Yes, what is it?
I've got an important message for you. Completely forget about it. An important message? I wonder what it could be. What is it about? Tell me, bro. Tell me, Gregsy. What is it about, Gregsy? Are you going to tell me what's important message, Inspector? Yeah, it's about the young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Big question, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Head off? Where? To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Yes, of course. I've forgotten about that. And the Whipstocks took her to your carriage to finish questioning her. But she has to tell you she didn't have the fare to return journey and we gotta meet her there. She's got the nerve using Scotland Yard's bloomin' messaging service. I see. We thank you for passing up on the Inspector.
Why does Susie have to go to Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me, but I'd better head off to the Lord Chief Justice office and fetch her straight away. Alright, let's go. So we can't exactly investigate here yet. We'll come back here once we have the ability to investigate. But right now, we're gonna go over to... We're just basically moving place to place. That's what we're doing right now, so let's go. Yes, no matter how many times I come here, does it say something oppressive somehow?
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at the suit of armor over there. You can't take it seriously, can you?
Maybe I think it's the same about you. So everything is clear with regards to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh! There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart. Hi.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have very much preparation for your return to homeland. Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland?
Susato-san! Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was that all about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you for contacting your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow!
Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial?
You mean... She's been formally charged now. Oh, dear. Well, explain to me. Return to our homeland. To our homeland. Miss Susato, what's this all about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as...
That's not what I asked! What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill.
Oh, no! Professor Mikatoba? If I may. Yeah, sorry? You must be the defendant, Yudosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yuji Mikatoba. I'm professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever that caused an apparently unknown, and it seems he grows weaker by day.
I don't believe it. As you're aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Mr. Susa's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening. Gina's trial.
So Gina has been charged? She appeared in court?
Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has been already set for tomorrow.
No, not even 24 hours later?
Gina? The lestrade girl in the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. In Altuve Trespurious case, the pickpocket was clearly disturbed amid the robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard's overstretched as it is without wasting any time to open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart. In defense of your first services to date, I shall overlook the young girl's insolence, but I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now.
Of course,
Lord Strongheart. The criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel the truth. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters in which to attend. Serious matters? Did Gregson mention something like that yesterday?
Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure you remind you of that. Well, 3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me.
There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart, which is... It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her.
A timely suggestion.
Sorry?
The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair! Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she deserves a fair trial.
That's true. Anyone deserves a fair trial. Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides those poor to afford representation of public defender. The accused only needs to sign relevant paperwork and the defense barrister is signed the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would do well to direct to Mrs. Trade. You find her at the local prison.
Yes, thank you.
Nodded. This time I was leaving. Good day to you.
Farewell. What a day. Gina charged with a murder. Susan Tosan about to leave.
Come on, East. We must make haste.
But Susie, you're leaving to Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? You have packing things to do?
The procedure is system, my personal circumstance, and no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you whatever way I can.
Thank you,
Mrs. Seto. That's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit you first. In any case, I would like to wish her well before I leave.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
If I'm honest, it was completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Let's go to prison.
Hello again, Gina.
What are you lot there for now?
To have a muzzle of the grenade launcher shoved in my own faces yet again, obviously. I think I need to improve the way you load your ammunition, don't I?
Look, you can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say, but I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Farewell.
Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home to Japan. I fear we may never meet again.
Oh, but
We've had a pleasure of meeting you lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now,
I admire you. It will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Edie's so miserable.
Susie, come here, Mariusito.
Well, it ain't my business.
Both Edith and Mr. Dadahoda believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right. I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they were so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
What? It's my fault.
Yes, so that's one final request, Gina, before our paths are crossed again. Right here, right now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they invested in you. Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
Oh, bro! What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do,
You told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. What about you said before, Jeannie? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Red Hood it is the truth now. It's my last request before I leave. My last request is judicial assistant.
No, I can.
Whatever lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but it's something to do what happened 2 months ago about the trial. To the one in which Magnus Magunda was acquitted.
The case of the mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution.
That's what this is about.
You're right.
Because in that trial,
I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? No, wrong button. Oops. The trial 2 months ago. Like you said, it all that happened 2 months ago. The corporate got a hold of me and showed me in the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McKinnon was declared innocent. Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about the whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was denying the receipt that night. That was the truth.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
It was pitch black, that little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing, and then I heard a loud thud like someone falling over the floor. I actually jumped a little, I'm not gonna lie. And I said, Mr. McGillis, over here? Yeah. They pulled me up under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. They were much like to see, but I looked at my hands and covered blood all over them. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak. You had his blood in your hands. In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Not McGill did. Then Mr. McGill started asking you questions, I suppose. Who were you and were you hiding under the seat? Yeah, he did. Only, that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, he threatened me.
Threaten you? How?
It made me swear about what I'd seen and what I heard. About what he was gonna do after the cove was found dead. It made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he let me scrap it before the coppers showed up.
Damn.
So he threatened you, asshole. Rich people.
Gina, you must tell me this word of secrecy about what you saw, what you heard, everything, because the man is dead. Tell me everything. I don't give a fuck about dead man people. Dead promises. Tell me. They're dead for a reason. I mean, they're dead promises. What you saw, what you heard after the event. Alright, let's go. What you saw, everything's gonna come together, baby. Hell yeah. Some McGill that made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But if you were in a pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with McGill sitting right above your head, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true, but it was until I heard the fold of the gold hitting the floor, I let a little scream. See, I couldn't help it. McGill had heard that and dragged me out by the one arm. That's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer who had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean? Yes. Yeah, that is. The one what the deed took off of the Windy Banks. So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, McGill spotted it straight away. He picked it up and smarted it and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And that book doctor told me. I wanted to mutter a word about it to no one. Interesting. McGill to be suspicious, bro, because it was so dark in the seat in the cab. I was strained me ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was McGill getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh, because I definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, of course. I mean, it didn't make any sense why I'd only hear 1 footstep, even though there's a second person on it. There are 2 people, so why the fuck would there only be 1 footstep? Doesn't make any fucking sense, right? So it makes more sense now. Yep, makes more sense now. Way more logical now. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGill and the victim. And Mr. Price fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGill claimed that he slept during the carriage ride. But that's a fucking lie! We know that because he's a liar! But whatever happened to the carriage, I think in the fierce tiredness, no one succumbed to it. Fucking liar! And your own testimony, Gina supported us. All I could hear was Irishman snoring. Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Of course it wasn't! Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the oases and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGill and the victim knew each other. So McGill was lying, as I suspected. I knew it too, boys. Alright, after the event, what happened? I knew it wasn't gonna take long before someone raised the alarm and the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGill told me I'd under the seat again. I climbed in and then waited. And 2 cops from the top ran up the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they've gone, Mr. McGillis has to drive it to do him a favor. Oh! A favor? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your drivers, let's see now. Hey, I'll give you 10 guineas. 10 guineas? A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Coincidentally? Yep, you got it. It was a Windy Banks. The coach, he snapped up the money and ran off and popped his coat as fast as he could. And then there was no one left in the garage. McGill had opened the box under the seat. So the fucker knew. And I got out of there without conditions. Conditions. I see. Mr. Gilda's conditions. What were Mr. McGilda's conditions about? What were McGilda's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything. Not what I saw, not what I heard. And there was something else as well. Oh, there's more? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman a little errand for me, with some small chance in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go Papi Ruizo, right? Hey, the fiend's taking over overcoat deposit with the pawnbroker's thereabouts. And I want you last to take the redemption ticket for it. Did you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's alright. And I'll come fetch it for you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. But of course he's already dead, so that didn't happen. You have to hang out until then, and it's clear. And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to make a delay at all, you have to go to the pawn shop when you bank, so it is, and you'd extend the loan for 2 months is shot. You forget the article is to be forfeited, any old fiend coming along and buy it. Eh? But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. It should be enough. Oh, you stand each other last. Don't try to do anything funny now if you're against me. Yeah, I get it. Good. One more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I no doubt. The coppers! Eh? They'll come asking you to take the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it you must say? Is what is that you want? Fucker! I love the art style. I love the art style for during these pictures. I fucking love them. Holy shit. I love the style. It really fits the feel. After gone over to pick it up, I thought away as I could. And the bomb was sticking to some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGill had planned it. And coerced Gina into getting false testimony. Of course he did, fucking bitch. Of course he did. Liar. Fuck. I died. The big old courtroom. I got some crockers. The thing is, he said I would make you gonna live in the East End no more. That's what they threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything went on in the back slums. He knew he had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilden would have, in the other beat, he could have a lot of the chase started if he wanted. And then they would be got to gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can't make amends by doing it a simple favor. A favor? What? Send our representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork so we can investigate. The police won't let us investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what?
Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny.
Is it bad? Is it gonna be alright? Sholmes is gonna be alright. Alright? That's what I want to investigate. Mr. Sholmes stayed as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is it's on the big paper everyone's so happy about it. Something like that. Mrs. Zito? Yes! Of course. His representation paper's here. I don't need a stick. I don't need no one to stick up for me though. No lawyer or nothing.
Poor Jeannie. She seems so lonely. Just her petition papers have been entered the court record. A paper signed with Gina to put me in charge of defense, showing the Scotland Yard investigators access to the crime scene. Well, at least I should be investigating the scene of Winnie Banks now. Oh, God. Yes, so perhaps I can make a contact with Miss Jeannie when we're done there. I feel like I've cracked Gina. She opened up his eyes at last, and now I get over position papers. No one else's responsibility that is. Anyway, for now, the Inspector Gregson can tell us how to guess Winnie Banks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Alright, so are we gonna, let's see if we're gonna start off the fourth investigation. It's gonna be fairly short, honestly. It's not that long. Again, this one is not that long, honestly. Compared to the rest of it, it's actually fairly short. So we're gonna try to get it over as quickly as possible. And then next episode we'll start the trial, which the trial will be the where we're gonna start next. So we're gonna do the four-part investigation. Let's do it, shall we? And we'll do it. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now, the first investigation papers, Gregson's face as he makes one. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? We should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here's some position papers. Your ladyship! How? I don't believe it. How the devil did you get the stubborn little rag batch to sign that? I salute you! That is good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Ah, lovely. Let's see it. Yes, I hardly feel tired. Finish the fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if I must get to see in the crime then? As you please. You know where it happened. The door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Winnebank and Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There'll be articles to go through. I'm taking spare with the words. We're looking at the clock. Lads, we're looking at the clock, I meant to say. But it's a problem, because there's another case of DR needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheim meant by far more serious matters before. That's what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Come then. Let's get no wasting time. Alright, let's investigate. Alright, let's checky, boys. Okay, here we go. So let's check out the calendar. Ah, look here. Huh, it's bloodied. Oh yes, a bullet hole. You can see the bullet still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Winnebank has been practicing his revolver in his spare time. No. Ah, well. Mr. Sholmes likes to practice his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Edie? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. Jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It's quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once. Forget it for now, Rena. Let's examine this bullet. God, my throat's killing me, bros. That's what's around the bullet hole? It's blood. Especially right to say on the calendar. Yeah, blood. Aha! I may as well help with that. What? There's something else excited blood to get a blood pumping in there, Rena. I have a feeling I'm a bit bloody-minded as you are, 80s. I'm a bit bloody-minded if I do see it myself. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. Honestly, I like seeing blood sometimes when lying in a library. When you have it, you see? Here comes blood. We're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. It's true. See, need this? I actually have the regular old blood type, the most common blood type you can ever have. So, again, there's some people who wear blood types, some people don't have the common one. Most people have the most common one. Oh, that was a scary looking thing. Really, I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you can see and actually understand what it does. Watch. It changed color. Oh, the color of his blood stain has changed. There, does it make sense now? Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. Good. It works as a principle different people have different types of blood, you see. Yeah. Yes, of course. Yes, how wonderful. The chemical fire combines the blood and makes it change the color, so you can identify whose blood you're looking at in a flash. But here's the thing, how are you going to identify it? I would have had this invention, isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Jeannie will love his bleeding great. So whose blood are we looking at then? We don't know. Well, all the chemicals turn into blood as different colors, so we don't know yet. Just to find someone's blood turns the same color, you know, it belongs to in a flash. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? It's more like two flashes, really, isn't it? One flash or two that could be very well turned into a valuable clue. So we must make a notice as a court record. Blood samples portfolio. Let's keep it testing and results in a blood analysis portfolio. As long as I get left for sure. The contraption from yesterday. It's a stereoscope. Public house place that contains carousel sorts of pictures. Those little things much simpler design for use home. So a special shop selling prints you could use to have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make money over in Japan. I love the little Pinocchio right there. It's kind of cute. I actually had a Pinocchio puppet one time. Then we have this music box here. This one is interesting. The shelves there for pawnbroker stacks of articles supporting the customers buy. Yes, it's really strange fancy, isn't it? Well, sometimes you can find real treasures among all the junk, you know. That's true. I found some good shit out of it. Are you alright, Rena? Oh, yeah, just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. I've been picking individual things. You can't help wishing you owned them. Even the horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. Very clever. The horse. And then, let's check back here. Hi, Mario. Hi, little Mando. Come here, little Mando. Behind the door is the storeroom, isn't it? So Gregsy said. Yes, and that's where I saw the dreadful scene last night. Through the little window at the door. Mario, come here, boy. What are you doing? Come here. Come here, Mando. Mando! Mr. Windybank face down on the floor. And Regina beside him. Hi, Mario. Hi, my boyo. Oh, look at that boy. Gives a representative had the right to examine the scene, Mr. Windybank. We must have some investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry. If there are any clues in there, I'll find them. But wait, I see something broken on the floor here. Or is that just me? There's article, ledger here, Mr. Windybank's notes, and what's this? It looks like I look behind a picture of a cat. Oh, look at the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, let's show us. What is that blood? That February 15th, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited 1 gentleman's overcoat. £1. Loan amount £1. Reputation paid deadline February 15th, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned at £1, including his fine coat. I think. Yes, this must be a ticket for overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday, and is still wearing, which belongs to me gilded. Whenever a redemption ticket handwritten and photographed though. See if Mr. Windybank was used for whatever piece of paper happened to him. But wait, it's the same picture as the cat. But this photograph of the cat, it looks very familiar, doesn't it? Oh yes, you're right, very recently. It's the same Ginny gave us earlier. Of course, it was very nice she gave us a print. Well, you're waiting for me now, hold on, get it out. Alright. The cog's turn. Yes, they are exactly the same. Actually, no, they're not. I am looking at it like this, trying to cross my eyes, and I can say they are not the same at all. In fact, one of them is kind of like moving. It's kind of like, it looks like it's moving. Like it's kind of like like its head is kind of moving, going like. Well, if the one at the counter was used as a redemption ticket, it's kind of like moving like it's side to side. Perhaps the other photograph that Gina gave us some writing in the back too. Hey, I got it. These two photographs are an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell Cedes at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we need to tell her, about this pair of photographs. Alright, hold on, but let me check something here. Unknown? Representation papers. Let's go ahead and, talk. These are the photographed prints. The one found here when the scanner you gave us before. They're both similar but different. What is the amazing secret you mentioned is hidden the identical prints. Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? If you look carefully, they aren't the same. Not exactly. They're actually not. In fact, they're actually very different. They're not? No, they're not the same. Having another look at them now. Cross your eyes. Okay, you see that there's a slightly different from each other? I think so. It's very subtle, though. Yeah, it's very, very subtle, but it's there. But that's the reason it's subtle difference between two prints. Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see. No, I don't. It's a pair of photographs. For stereoscopics. They're meant to be for a stereoscope. Ah, stereoscope. I've heard of the word before recently. Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Schultz showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course. A magical machine that makes pictures almost real enough to touch it. Well, actually, it's quite possible the same depth of pictures even without one of the distractions. What? Really? You have to cross your eyes! A pair of flat photographic prints can appear in any depth in the first place. Mario! No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'd be able to tell you.
She's over the moon, bless her.
Maybe we'll let it explain now. We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. How does stereoscopic prints work? How do you view a stereoscope? We have to do this. I even though you already know how it works, we're gonna have to do it anyway. Let's try it. See if we can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. So I really love this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. It's the main thing. Can you do that both? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me. Watch me see if you can copy. Make your eyes. Do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Nadahodo? There, how's that? Wonderful! Now it's your turn, Bruno. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time.
Not exactly an easy task if people are staring at you cross-eyed!
Alright, that's enough practice. Start by one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images, like this. You try now, Bruno. You're just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. Cross your eyeballs! Did it print split into two images for you? No, that step. Is to put the pairs side by side like this and then try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until... It kind of looks like it's moving, yeah. Forming a single image in the center. Oh, yes! Mr. Nadahodo, it works! I can see the middle now. This looks so real, I could look at it all day. I wouldn't advise that your eyes might start to hurt. Yeah, it does, actually. Your turn, Muna. Pretend you're looking into pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until they overlap exactly in the middle. Like this, is it? Now you managed it. You can start copying images work.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know how to describe it, but it really is quite extraordinary. How do stereoscopic prints work? Ever consider, Reno, how your eyes can see a definite roll around this? Well, I just opened them and it works. But the reason it works is because you have two eyes. Two eyes. Shocking. If you're closing one just wide, you think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye. There's still a slight difference. You get a different view of each eye. Yes, the position of the object seems to shift slightly. Exactly, in your head, your brain uses to shift the emphasis of the depth and merges the two views one. That's how it senses depth in everything you see. The light, it's actually the light in your eyes. It's actually the light because the light goes into your eyes and it kind of mimics it. Ah, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? How much without telling me. You can actually see your iris if you look closely. You actually see your own iris. You can actually see it if you know. I actually managed to see mine. It's brown. Mine is kind of like, mine is dark brown with like a little bit of yellow tint. That's my color. It's dark brown with like slight yellow tint, like slight kind of like slight amberish tint. I think I see a pair of photographs. That's my color. Consists of left eye view, and the other consists of the right eye view. Isn't that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. Yeah, basically. You can pursue your brain to merge the two pictures as you enter your head. You'll be able to see the depth in those prints. Yes, Bruno. You're beginning to understand. And a stereoscope functions access your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can do it. You can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. DIY. You can, really? We already talked about that stuff, yeah. So what do you think of the stereoscopic prints then, Bruno? They're certainly amazing. It's easy to get and not confused properly. It's a pain in the ass. My eyes kind of hurt. And some people find it easier than others. But that's why contrived like this exists for people who find it tricky. I do find it a little bit tricky. Oh, I do find it a little bit tricky. My eyes can hurt. We said over yesterday, didn't we? It was literally right there. Well, I remember correctly, you press a little knob here and... It's actually way better to use that but fucking mushy, honestly. I can't even cross my... I can cross my eyes, but like... I can roll my tongue too. So back in. Still amazing, even though it's roughly how it works now. So now, this is going to be important. You're going to wonder why. Another way you can summarize this case, stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find Falling the Traps is the last house with capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to use cross-site pictures if you hate them. But it's so much more satisfying to be able to effect with your own eyes. Things in any case, stereoscopic pictures not even hard to certainly learn about them, but I wonder if knowledge you ever actually needed. So we're going to need this.
Which reminds me, the pawn and bird was together yesterday. We had a photograph in the pocket. Let's examine it. Let's go ahead and check the court record out. Look at the back of the print here. There's something written on it. 13th of April! 13th of February, 9 p.m. Article deposited, 1 small box, 10 shillings, and 13th of April, 9 p.m. Loan payment. And then with the other one, the photograph prints and redemption ticket, the article deposited 2 days ago prior to the incident. I also would say, yes, a small box, but doesn't tell us much about it, does it? Perhaps it's a valuable memento? I can't help but wondering. Presumably, Mr. McGill never redeemed the article in question since he saw the ticket, so isn't it possible the box is still present? Ah, yes! If it's something we could deposit, we need to investigate. So then, let's check the other one out. This one has blood. I don't even know if that's blood. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need this. The blood. Oh, looks like blood. Yep, we need your help. Hey, I was thinking of a glove finger made of. It's a gloved. There's no way we know. Better leave the rest to me. Purple. Look at that. Yes, color as you've seen, isn't it? It's purple. So green. So must add a profile of blood samples. Although, with no this blood, well, I was afraid to go to blood stick. Oh, fuck my nose. Haven't you? Do you know whose blood it is? I think I do, but I'm not sure. Let's have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color return, but a little deduction. That's right. I think it's clear. Edis, you know well. Be first, what do you think belongs to? Price-fired Mason. Possibly. Again, is it Magnus? Do you know the train? Nope. Pop Windy Bink. It can't be him either. It's Price-fired Mason. Price-fired Mason? You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago in that case. Of course, I've never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. It's definitely a price-fired, though. The victim? The omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Price-fired Mason. But that would mean that his blood stain was left the ticket 2 months ago. Which makes me think it was. Gina brought the ticket here to Winnie Banks yesterday. I suggested the blood stain was already at the time. So it's a smear of blood from the time the maintenance was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGill was also wearing leather gloves at the night. So what if he was actually there doing it? Yeah, see, so the good-hearted soul would have rushed and help a fella bleeding from his stomach. No one wasn't about to start wearing gloves now, was I? Most people would just go, fucking call 911, or whatever country emergency hot number is. So yeah, just like leather glove thumb, if America's number 1 thumbprint is marked. But we know Mr. McGill has no injuries at the time anywhere in his body, from which we can conclude that any of the blood belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Naruhodo, you just sound just like Mr. Sholmes. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, I think you're right, Reno. Very well. Let's have to take a note of this. So that's gonna be important. So the blood hasn't been identified as Mr. Mason's. I'm not sure, but it's very possible. Again, we're not entirely too sure about this, but it's possible. And now we have the blood samples portfolios updated. So let's examine. Hi, what are you doing? The police are scouring every inch of this place. Look at it. Instructions from Yada. Examine every article, shop, and leverage report accounts. Every article? But that's ridiculous amounts of work, surely. Abandoned here, attended reception to the clear crime scene early as our hours. We're shifting to the shits at least, but still. Working through the night, that's for sure. If it has scratched the surface yet. A crime and pawnbrokers. It must be a policeman's worst nightmare. Or a copper's worst nightmare, you know. Crime and pawnbrokers. What about you? This officer has been sailing into the walls when we came here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here. Really? This is what Greg see for once. But as soon as I reported, I'll be stuck in even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been more 2 days. I need another constable to relieve me, take over my shift. Like a long time, tough time, British police. That doesn't tell me anything, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure the calendar was just peering at. I'm pretty sure it's the calendar. Yeah, he's looking at the calendar.
Let's peer at the back of the room. Let's move it. Let's go to the Windy Big storeroom. Here we go, the true crime scene. Oh, the chest is open. Poor Edith. She calmed down completely. Edith is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Winnipeg's life was taken in this very room last night. Oh! Oh! Crookston! Wait! Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one of me and tried to run away. You think Skylar, yeah, Inspector, ran away from some jumped up little defense lawyer, do you? What? I've never seen her ladyship looking like this before, it's the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old. It's kind of sad. Mario, come here, what are you doing? I'm afraid this is a little much for young ladies. Some gentle reassurance went a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? I don't think that went very well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of investigation here, Sunshine. I told you I had to get under my feet. Oh my god. And we're investigating ourselves too. Yes, I like to take more of his social than the Spectre has to say. Oh, Harley. And inquire if Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. Let's talk to Inspector. Let's talk to Gregson. Seeing the crime. Inspector, what do you make a different of the crime scene here? Pshaw, you got eyes, haven't you? Use them. That's what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Edith, could you lend me a hand? So, Grexy, what do you think of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship. Allow me to humbly explain. Last night, shortly after 1 hour o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked inside from the inside. So it was locked from the inside. The lock appears to be broken now, though. What's the police officers doing? Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door as humbly as possible. Oh. As you can see, the victim was discovered in upholstery on the floor. That's nice. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered a vile gutter child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Mrs. Trade and the hapless girl was curled up on the floor dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, so if you saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say she has the gun in Jesus' hand. No! Personally, I believe the gun is still down on the floor now. In your pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom? And you say the storeroom is locked from the inside, Inspector. Correct. Well, there leaves your ladyship's friend. In something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Oh, boy! Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's also a misunderstanding. Oh, of course, Inspector. Of course it is. Sholmes' operation? Come on, Mario. Come here, my boy. Grexy, you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? The thing is, don't mince your words, Inspector, please! You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is... No, the operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well... Out with it! Yes, ma'am! They use something called the general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body? Anesthetics? Is that even possible? Actually, yes. Now, though, not then. It means the operation can be completed without the patient falls asleep. I had laughing gas put into me, though. Goodness, the Empire of Japan, we could just manage to provide laughing gas for tooth extraction. The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. True. They couldn't get the medicine to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off or so, I hear. And now that the op's done, they can't get him to wake up either, apparently. Oh my! No one knows if that's the anesthetic system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, they all stand back and watch till he comes around again. Hurley, the moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get the word to you. What a surprise. Even the matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Honestly, I do things my way too. I'm like, bruh, I don't want anything to do with you. There's the gun. Let's check the gun out. This is a revolver. Real one. Quite possibly a murder weapon to take Winnipeg's life. What's the matter, Susie? You're really about to faint. Well, it's just that we've rarely seen a gun in the flesh, and I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Winnebick with yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, his revolver. I shall take my own life! Don't take your own life, man, please. Even your ties are taken by someone else. It must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked at the spy hole or storeroom, Gina was holding it. That was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. But that gun only has one bullet, doesn't it? Winnebick told us he had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. There's only one bullet he had his gun been fired, so they're fairly certain that one single shot was fired from the revolver. I checked the blood stain on the floor. The blood is marked the station of a chalk line. Poor Winnebick, he was a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once to the heart. Most likely to the fellow died instantly and would have felt the thing. This must be his blood then. Ah! I don't think that's as much the line needs, but wonder perhaps. Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. Blue! So now the color chemical turns of Winnebick's blood is blue. Doesn't match our analysis blood stain found in the main shop. But that sample we already collected anyway. And then we have the box. Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only one thing's been ransacked. Ah! What is it, 80s? That's the box filled with my manuscript has been kept in. Oh! It is pump storage behind the Baskerville. Surely it's not what all this. Sorry, it is, but if you ask me, he's all it. About telling you. Now let's check the inside of the box at once. Yes! Ah! It was there! His Edie's story was there. Really? It was? That's good news, isn't it, Edie's? Yes. I mean, of course I believe Hurley said he was deposited here, but still, it's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because it was not very well hidden frown. Edie's manuscript has been entered in the court record. Let's present the box ticket. Inspector, what'd you make of this? Ah, what do you have in there? Redemption ticket article deposited here, is it? Looks like it's formatted office stationery rail ticket with whatever paper was at it. Yes, it's a ticket of Mr. McGill's overcoat that little diver turned up yesterday. Actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you better know what you're No, I mean too. Myrna's right, Grexy. It's not the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. Never doubted your ladyship. So what's all this about then? Might I be bold to ask? Might shut the fuck up. This is a second ticket. A second one? Seems that Mr. McGill in fact had another article in the storage chain of Winniebanks. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Nadahodo. Oh god, because they're so easy to talk to. The second redemption ticket. The ticket is the one in the package Mr. McGill's overcoat. Eh? You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just a music box disc, it seems. Should have insisted the lads taking it back to the yard, examined it properly. Well, according to the details in the ticket, Mr. McGill had deposited another article here with the Winnebank. Yes, I can see it right here. Small box, was it? Do you have any idea what it is, Grexy? Have any idea at all? So that article belonging to Mr. McGill did? It could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes and full hump and explanation. It's too much pressure. I lose my marbles. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce for you, Sunshine. There's one thing that's pretty fine. According to his ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. His article's only held 2 months. So the small box will no longer be here then. That's right. It's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in front of the shop and forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front, we must search for it at once. You're wasting your time. Oh? There have been dozens of little boxes out there, hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGill's information in the written ledger. Ugh. Why is it not specific? Well, think of it. Look, just in case. course, the leadership, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure.
This is getting old.
I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How come Mr. Winbeck set up such a wicked trap?
I doubt that he let scare anyone.
Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should get Gina to pay another visit. Oh! Her trial's tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you've been defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She changed her mind. You remember me now? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she wanted to be a lawyer.
Really? Did I say that?
Yes! You did! The deadline for some of the paperwork is fast approaching.
In the case, we better hurry up because we're going to talk to Gina again.
Alright, let's get it moving. Ah, Gina, you're back. Good. Ah! The police must finish questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful?
Eh? Oh, it didn't bother me.
Thank you for the papers you signed before.
I bet we were able to investigate with Winnie Banks.
Oh, like... Don't you want to know how we got on? You've been there so busy.
What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying that I did it.
That's not... Gina, we came to ask for your final decision.
Eh? What decision?
About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? And what's about the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Noho to represent you?
Right. I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know it feels like the worry is so hard to bear.
Hope you've uncovered.
Alright then! Blimey! Give it a rest with them eyes, Iris!
Come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Unfortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. Most of the huddle and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. Well, we haven't yet managed to work out who the culprit is. There are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason you're being here in the first place. I think I know when you broke into Winnie Banks that night. It looks like we have some evidence to prove the reason. The thrust in Gina's face represents her calmly, I suppose.
How did the Baskervilles... The Hound of the Baskervilles... How does the simple time know the exact title about the story? I suppose I'll have to wait until she's ready to explain to me. I'm so sorry. We found this in Mr. Winneback's storeroom. The manuscript, Edith's latest story. Oh, right. That's good. And curiously, the storeroom Winnebanks showed no sign of being ransacked items of value over the like, with one exception. The box filed a house in the manuscript.
It was you then, wasn't it, Gina, who opened up the box containing the manuscript last night? You were determined to find whether or not the Hound of Baskervilles was really there. The real reason you broke into the storeroom last night was
Why don't you tell us what happened, please?
representation in the court.
We already have the representation paper and the documents we need. All we have to do is hand the court clerk.
That is, if you allow me to represent you in court tomorrow.
Nah, don't bother.
Ginny, rip him up a chunk and would ya? Those representation papers or whatever they're called. They say ain't fancy enough to ever been. So, what are we doing in court tomorrow?
I'll be finding me on. I don't think you will be.
Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen ain't gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. It is his manuscript.
Alright, yeah, this Baskerville story. It's the latest Trump's adventure that hasn't been invented yet. So I figured it's gonna be worth a few prices to save it, right?
Oh yes, at least £5,000.
What? So you intend to sell Edith's manuscript, did you? No, Ginny, how could you?
What? Wait, no, hang on. course that one's gonna sell it. All I want to do was find out the manuscript with whatever you call it really was there or not. It's the only reason I was in that place. For Elisa's sake. Is that right? Huh? We knew you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But we knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. We just knew it. Well, but I saw the manuscript in the storeroom. It reminded me of what you said that night before. Grown-ups who a lot worse than that, believe me. But there's lies a lot of them. You just ain't realizing yet. I'm telling ya, that manuscript ain't that Windy Banks. You saw me that a look.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, sometimes I wonder if I might have hidden a manuscript somewhere, so I don't know. What's wrong with that? Oh, Ginny. That was so sweet of you.
Alright. I'll tell you what I did. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. Reason for breaking in.
Maybe because of that is what I did.
I wanted to know the truth, that's all.
You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest. You really deposited manuscript at Windy Banks?
It's like I told you that night before. I never had a father. But Edie's lot ain't like mine. She got her dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's gotta be hard. That's why she writes his stories about the dad. What he sounded like to me anyway. Last night when I listened to what you were saying.
Stories about Daddy?
You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective, so much the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. What, that was it? Yeah.
You're so thoughtful, so kind, Ginny.
Yes, and we never thought to see any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I ain't got chubby nonsense, do you hear? I hate it! I don't trust no one, right? That's how it works. You can't let it down, will ya? Wait, there's blood. They got scrap it!
I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Both her sleeves are an overcoat. Are some very suspicious red stains.
What? What did you look at me like that? I think I might have been presenting the daughter and findings of Gina now. The stains in the sleeves in your coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I see blood yet. What? But blood, Mr. Naruhodo. You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be outside from Windy Bank Vista? Showed you last night. Let's not beat around the bush here.
This trusty friend of mine was also faster than anyone else.
Yeah? Take it easy, ladies.
Don't move, Ginny. I'm gonna shoot.
Purple. Oh my. What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole overcoat is in blood. Of course, the black color, the fabric's masking the stains. That's why I haven't seen them until now. Only the white will see it. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn purple color, which matches the samples we already collected perfectly.
Yes, now let's see. That purple blood. Ah, yes, it was Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
I knew it. What are you all about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think it'll make things quite clear. This omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Would someone explain to me what's going on? Stop telling half the story! The truth in the omnibus case. We can see now the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGill's overcoat. But in a trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this is his testimony. Now I ask you, what the good heart of the story with the rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I was about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. But if you look at his overcoat now, it's clear. These stains wouldn't have arisen from McGilder trying to pull the victim of his feet. The stab, rather. No, if that was really happened, the blood would have splashed all over the front coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood. It's the splatter from McGillis when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Oh, boys. He was the perpetrator. I've tried to run from the truth for so long enough, but they're just escaping it now. The true culprit in that case. Mr. Mason's killer was Magnus McGilded. Motherfucker. Fuck you, bitch. So we found the truth? Mr. Nadahoro. That horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from the trial. I used all the twisted testimony and all the sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen?
Bruno, did you believe him now? Did you believe Mr. McGill was innocent?
I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon.
A weapon?
A lawyer's weapon. Before we came back to your brave friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen to Inosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what the truth is, what is the lie. I just had like a bone chill. Got a literal bone chill up my spine. Holy fuck. The song started playing and went, oh man, I'm cold. It's not even cold in this room, and I'm cold. God. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure the truth is what is the lie. I had a chill. What is lie resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief. Only when we truly believe in our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for the cause. In any battle, you will know victory yourself. So I believe you, unwaveringly. That's funny, Gina. God, sounds like it's an empire of Japan you come from. Everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it's got you into, believing in a bug trotter. Yes, and barely helped a murderer walk free. Well, at least you learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone's always stabs you in the back in the end. Since you let them down in the guard, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe in no one. Get through by no. Gina, Minnie, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What do you say? Like representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times have I said it? Rip him and choke him away! Are you really sure that's what you want? But that's what it wants you now. Mr. I'm a believer Lloyd over here. Don't forget, it was me in the trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up at the garden path, didn't I? And I telling me now you can believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Nadahoro, a lawyer's primary weapon is unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether I feel I can trust Gina after everything has happened. I can trust her. I give people second chances, even if they shit to me. It's hard for me, but I try. Gina, let me say it again. Please let me represent you in court in tomorrow's trial. Eh? Are you half-baked? Not at all. You got once admitted to committing a crime. You have not once admitted it, have you? What's more, I believe you're telling me the truth. Seriously? Mr. Nadaodo? Didn't you hear all that what I said before? I'm a born liar. Thieves just stuck in my tongue. I'm a diver, don't forget. Pulled up the wool of your eyes 2 months ago and I got in all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? Just don't get it? Gina, I do understand why you chose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there was more to life than you just realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would very well trust. People who will never let you down. Eh? It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience, but I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my last breath, I'm completely by your side. What? What do you expect me to say to that? Then it's decided. I'll take these papers now and carry out necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. And it would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned to your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You're Easter Lothar. I don't know what you want. I don't get ya. Alright, so we'll start the trial next episode. It's gonna be a long boy once Cheetah's taken herself back to her cell. She never admitted it, but she was really relieved.
they turned out alright in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once! Eavesdropping is height of cowardliness! Miss Susato? Somebody's in the shadows, I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't here before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? I suppose you were using one of those mixed Japanese arts, like the one art stuff I heard so much about. If anyone's big stuffy, it was you, Inspector. Grexy! Oh dear me, I almost turned to start ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening to our conversation? Good grief, listen in? No. I was aware of some visitors who were refusing to leave even after hours. I assure your ladyship, I only just arrived. This is very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all. It's nothing, Time Watcher. Nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, bye-bye. That's a lot of farewells. They're not inappropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I want you to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but pressed in time, minutes. My sec, that's a shame. I guess this emergency to the Supreme Court dealt with Sharpish, Lord Strongheart. What? Emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing! Forget I said anything! Anyway, yeah, I'm off. Alright, Grexy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not the soul of Down to Sincere. What were you doing? Grexy's so funny. He just says such silly things. That's certainly entertaining to the inspector of the police fawning over a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what's emergency in the Supreme Court. I must attend the court clerk's office before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Seto. Kindly escort you home now, Mr. Naruto. I shall meet you there. And so our investigation came to an end. Suto-san went to file the series papers for the defense of Gina the following day, and then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing in my insides. Tomorrow, Suto-san will be leaving Brandon, making her way back to Japan. Naruto-san, it's been a very tiring day, hasn't it? I hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more tiring for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes has been shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All of the back of the news, her father was fallen ill and must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts have raged in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem to find a word to express of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I just have one final task to complete, your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for departure tomorrow. One final task? Come back to Japan. Let's talk. It's just 2 months since we arrived here in London, though we've managed to establish this office. Finally feeling that we're sitting in. I will be lying if I don't regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I know time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here for a short time, but in my limited experience in the court, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets of people's personalities. Facets! And like a jewel, the light plays off new complex patterns, illuminating directions and their motives. But we only see a small number of the total facets, as illuminated is only part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much, but I keep hoping that one day it will become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and we'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruto-san. I suppose that matters, is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if everywhere sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's just been 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry? I've what? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. Tomorrow's departure? Do you know what time we'll leave in London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day for you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter, you have potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible, even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. One final task. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean?
Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is it? Some huge bundle of documents? It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGilded case. It seems to me that the case of Mr. Winnibeck's murder, which he knows accused, is very much tied up to his omnibus case in ways we are not yet completely apparent. I took the liberty of consulting my writings about the case for you. Which are everything else she's speaking about. Cecil Sun still managed to do this and nearly all light it for me in beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it'll bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Cecil Sun. Use it wisely. You really are the best usual assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said. Oh! Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. The McGilded case notes have been added to the court record. So we're going to check that out later. The next episode, I'm going to check it out. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should get to bed now, not a whole sun. I must finish packing things in my room. Sister-san, I wish you a very best luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait! There's some Ow! What the fuck? What was that for? A secret technique of mine. A Susetsu shutdown. Shutdown! Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Susetsu-san. I truly have been a tiring day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us and learning the truth and analysis of the case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes, and as the cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played out through my mind, eventually, fatigue triumphed and I fell into deep sleep. The small hours of St. Sider's Hospital, Ward 3. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place, exactly as we've discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. My dear madam. Well, that's the end of the investigation. Alright, so anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Oh, finally, it's everyone's fucking it up. And next time we're gonna go ahead and start the trial, which is a long one. So we're gonna start the trial. And funny enough, I actually ended up here. So we're gonna start the Adventure Unspeakable story, which is the trial, the Adventure Unspeakable story trial. It's a 4-part trial, so we'll see what I can do about that. So we'll see. So yeah, see you guys then.